Welcome to episode 34 of Fire Sale Franchise. It is week 14. This is the penultimate episode of season games until we get into the playoffs. It's really coming down to it. And this week we start off by playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're 10-2. They are the exact reverse of that at 2-10. I'm not entirely sure what went wrong for them because I'm pretty sure last season they didn't do too badly. This season nothing's really going well for them. But it doesn't mean that this can't be a trap game. Just remember we've lost 2 games that we probably shouldn't have, and divisional games, especially away from home, are always a bit trickier. Now we've already played the Buccaneers in week 3 and obviously beat them, and I'm pretty sure one thing I remember about their team is that their receivers and cornerbacks were underwhelming, but I also seem to remember the game wasn't as easy as it should have been, and what we thought was underwhelming I think ended up testing us more than I originally anticipated. Big news of course before we head into this game, Lance Sitton is back. Logan Tammy didn't do badly, just didn't do anything amazingly enough to make me think that Lance Sitton shouldn't be playing, and I like Lance Sitton's mobility. It certainly is an X factor. We're going to stick the same with everything else here as it has been so far this season. Jamarcus Vance is playing incredibly, turning out to be probably the best player on our defensive line. I mean, Dion Jordan's still getting sacks on top of sacks. Ekpe Lumu right now is a 70 overall with confidence. This defense just really is shaping up to be a fine one. But anyway, there's nothing left to be said ahead of this game. Let's just jump into it and play these Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So something that should be pointed out straight away, Kellen Clemens, the starter at quarterback for the Buccaneers, and he makes a nice completion there. Jameis Winston is injured, so they're stuck with Kellen Clemens, but they're moving the ball pretty well on offense, and Doug Martin there managing to pick up a nice gain of 8 yards. 2nd and 2, Kellen Clemens with a play action back to pass, but Kevin Pierre-Louis gets to him for the sack. His first sack of the game, the first sack of the game. I don't know why I'd mentioned it was his first sack. 3rd and 12 now for the Buccaneers. Kellen Clemens plenty of time to stand around, but then the pressure comes at the end, forcing him to throw that pass out of bounds. So 3rd and 4 for us, our first series. Sitton takes the long way around and manages to run and pick up the first down. But then we find ourselves in 3rd and 14, struggling a little bit to move the ball. A completion there, but it's knocked out of Coleman's hands. So he did catch it, but it was broken up. So actually, he'd never caught it. 2nd and 10 for the Buccaneers. Clemens, plenty of time in the pocket, throws one downfield to a receiver coming back to him. So much time, he was bound to find somebody open with that much time. 2nd and 7 now. Screen to Doug Martin. It's blocked pretty well. He picks up the first down. It's finally hit there at the end, but not until he picks up the first and some more yards. 3rd and 10 now for the Buccaneers. Clemens with a short completion, but there's plenty of Saints defenders around there. He wasn't going to pick up the first down between 4 defenders. Quick pass out on 2nd and 10 to Tajay Sharp. He gets himself some more space and manages to pick up the first down. So 1st and 10, play action, launching it up to Coleman, and that has got to be the catch of the series, of the season. What an incredible catch. Tracking back, reaches out with one hand. Look at him just lunging up for it while he's being pushed down. What an incredible catch. Beautiful animation. Props to EA Sports there on that one. And then a nice completion to Sugars as well, and then we get the touchdown. He's doing the Sugars shake. I don't think it's going to quite take off like the Gronk spike, but he's trying, and why not? And then a big completion there. Luckily, we've got Jameson Nickerson on the team, who's going to catch pretty much anybody, but a huge gain from there. Blown cover, well, blown tackling to be fair, but then a sack there, and that's Trey Flowers' first sack. I think I've said the word there a few too many times now, but 3rd and 15. Rolling left out of the pocket. Dion Jordan was right behind him, but a blocker came off Trey Flowers to take Dion Jordan, and it meant Trey Flowers was able to sack Clemens there. They settled for a field goal and a completion over the middle to Sugars, and we're moving the ball pretty well on offense ourselves. And now Keith Marshall has struggled to run so far, but a nice move there, making Chris Conte miss him, and he's picking up some yards on the ground. And then there's some more yards added there by Cowan, just plowing through the middle, and then on a pitch to Keith Marshall, breaks upfield. The blockers weren't able to help him out on the final guy. They weren't quick enough, but he picks up a whole bunch of yards on that one, and then picks up even more, just running straight up the middle. The run game's starting to work a little bit at this point now. 2nd and goal. Lofted up to Malcolm Mitchell, who makes the catch at the back of the end zone. That would be the best catch of this game if Brandon Coleman hadn't had that insane one. What a play by Malcolm Mitchell there at the back of the end zone. 4th and 10 late in the first half, and it's picked off by Akeem Davis after it's bobbled, and that finishes the half off there. No time left on the clock. We go into the half, 14-6 lead. So in the second half, we start with the ball. 2nd and 10 here for Sitton. Throws one over the middle and is bobbled and tipped and tipped and tipped. But how that wasn't intercepted, I don't know. But we can just be thankful it wasn't. And then a throw over the middle, and this time it is intercepted. And Quan Alexander just disappeared in that logo. couldn't see him, just threw the ball straight at him, and he makes the interception. So the defense has got to step up, and they do that. Kevin Pierre-Louis with his second sack of the game, and on 3rd and 2, they make the completion for the first down. Darren Stanley gets a nice hit, but it's not good enough. 1st and 10 now on the 11-yard line, thrown in, but picked off by Ifo Ekpreolumu. What a play on the ball, just beats the receiver to it and picks it off. 3rd and 8 now. Sitton throws one deep, gets Coleman, I say deep, it's the 20-yard line, but a nice completion, gets the first down. 2nd and 10 now, thrown out to Sugars, who manages to catch it and turn upfield, and he's got the burners on. Nobody's going to catch him, gets into the end zone. That's Chance Sugars' 2nd touchdown of the game, and a nice one at that. But then the Buccaneers, again, moving the ball pretty well here in the middle of the field. Clemens back to pass with time, finds his man again. Doug Martin manages to cut upfield for a first down on 3rd and 13. Had a chance to stop him, didn't manage to take advantage of it. 3rd and 1 now. Clemens back to pass, has time again, finds his guy again. Another first down. They're getting first downs on top of first downs at this point. And then it's picked off by D. Milliner, hit him in the chest, bounced in the air, and he managed to catch it on the rebound. A nice play from D. Milliner. The Buccaneers getting plenty of first downs, but also throwing plenty of interceptions and getting no touchdowns at this point. And then a throw over the middle there on 3rd and 9. Couldn't be caught by Tajay Sharp. Can't blame him really. It was in traffic. We get the ball back again after nothing happening with the Buccaneers. But on 3rd and 10, we were short again. So the Buccaneers back with the ball. But Dion Jordan, a nice sack there on Kellen Clemens. Just beat his guy quite easily. Made the sack. But 1st and 10 on the 15 now. Clemens rolling out left. It's a fumble. And we recover it. D. Milliner recovers it. The Buccaneers have moved the ball well on us, but they keep giving it up when it matters the most. 3 interceptions, 1 fumble recovered. We are taking the ball off them. Now Cowan bowling through them, just trying to run this clock out. And on 2nd and 10, he finds a huge hole, cuts upfield, but then gets hit and fumbles the ball. That's 2 weeks in a row now that he's done that. Being caught from behind and fumbles the ball. It's a slight area of concern at this point. He's done it 2 weeks in a row. He's not quick enough to get away from everybody, gets caught from behind and coughs it up. 3rd and 7 now for the Buccaneers. Throws one up deep and it's caught. Again, they do move the ball well on us. We need to play better in pass coverage. They'd been taking advantage of us all game. We managed to come up with plays, but on the final play of the game, they get a touchdown finally, so the score is 21-13. That game wasn't close whatsoever. Maybe the scoreline makes it look a little bit closer, but they did move the ball a lot better than I expected. And I say move the ball better, I mean they threw 3 interceptions, had a forced fumble, but they did pick up a lot of first downs. We can't deny that. Lance Sitton, good day for him. 59% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception, because that Quan Alexander just disappeared in the logo, suddenly popped up there, made the interception. So again, we can't really blame Sitton's arm for that one. Rushing, nothing happening. Absolutely nothing happening. I mean, Nate Cowan ended up picking up 6.2 yards per carry on 44 yards, but he fumbled again, and now that is starting to become a little bit of a concern. 2 games in a row, 2 similar type situations where he's getting caught from behind, which with his speed is going to happen regularly, really. We have to take a look at his carrying, and if it's not his carrying, we'll have to see what he does in terms of bracing for hits and stuff like that. But still, at least we got a little bit going on the ground game, can we say that? I'm not sure, but at least the averages weren't bad, apart from Keith Marshall, who just can't catch a break anymore. Receiving, Sugars, a huge day, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. Coleman, not bad either, with the catch of the series. Seriously, we've not seen anything better the entire time than that one catch. Catches here and there by other players, and of course Malcolm Mitchell with a pretty nice touchdown catch as well. Kevin Pierre-Louis racking up the tackles with 11, 2 sacks as well, 3 for Trey Flowers. He had a forced fumble as well. Dion Jordan with a sack. Interceptions by Akeem Davis on a Hail Mary, Ekpreolumu on a real nice play, and D. Milliner, he had a second chance at the interception. It hit him in the chest, bounced in the air, he got it on the rebound. Forced fumble was just the one by Trey Flowers. So we entered this week with identical reverse scores to the Buccaneers. We leave the week with identical reverse scores to the Buccaneers. I would say I was really happy with how that game went. Offense went alright. Run blocking is just completely, it's disappeared, and I don't know why. It was alright to begin with, it was going quite well, and then it just completely went away. Absolutely no idea why. It does mean, I mean, I've already been scouting linemen. It means I'll still concentrate on them in a bit more in the draft. I mean, I'd still like a full feature back, running back. I mean, Keith Marshall technically is that, but I mean, to have one with really good trucking, really good juking, really good spin, everything, that would be very interesting to have. So I'll keep an eye out, who knows, but it's something to look at now when we scout players. So turns out I had started to look at running backs, never fully looked at them, and one guy I'm very interested in is Keithan Eldridge out of Louisville, a speed back, A- elusiveness, B+ carrying, B- juke move. 6 foot, 196. He could be interesting. Obviously, will depend on his combine report, but he certainly could be interested. Not that interested here. So week 15, the next game, it's going to probably be a tough one against the Steelers. They are only 6-7. But you never know with these guys. They could be 6-7 because one of their main players was injured for a while. If Roethlisberger, Brown, Bell, if they're still on the team, I think they definitely are. If they're injured, that's maybe why they dropped a bunch of games. Who knows? So we can't take anything for granted when we play them just because of their record. Obviously, we will take a look at the team before we play them. And that's exactly what we'll do now. Take a look at the team and play them. And there you have it. Exactly like I said, except for he's still injured now. Ben Roethlisberger is injured. And Robert Griffin III is starting for him. And alongside a draft compatriot Nick Foles. And at receiver they have a 99 overall Antonio Brown, who I think Jameson Nicholson will match up pretty well against, but they do have a second-year receiver here, Khalid Benoit, but when I look at their speeds, these guys kind of perfectly match up with what we have on the team. At left tackle they've got Tom Compton, no Pouncey for them at center, BJ Finney, right end a second-year player Hudson Brewer, 81 overall, defensive tackle a second-year player, 85 overall, Dion Conway, and at right outside linebacker a rookie Deontay Benford, 86 overall. So that's their team. A couple of changes. We can't underestimate them, but without Big Ben at quarterback, they are a very different team. And let's see what happens. So the Steelers start with the ball, 2nd and 9. It's a handoff to Le'Veon Bell. He just goes straight up the middle, makes the safeties miss, and picks up so many yards, 26 yards on one rush. 1st and 10 now, a pass out there and a big hit from Derek Milner. But 2nd and 4, they complete the pass again to Sammy Coates. One tackle was missed. It's the only tackle that could have been made on him. And he goes into the end zone. So we start the game letting them run all over us, letting them pass all over us, and we give up a touchdown on the first drive. Something that we don't do very often whatsoever. But we have to punt it away. 4th and 18, but he hits Thomas Morstead there. And now watch where this ball goes anyway. Bounces out at the 4-yard line. It was a perfect punt. But with the 15-yard penalty, we get a 1st down anyway for roughing the kicker. And Malcolm Mitchell couldn't turn the corner there on 3rd and 10. Didn't quite catch it in stride, kicking a 53-yard field goal into 10-mile-per-hour winds. And it dropped just short, so we have no points to show for it whatsoever, and the Steelers have another possession. Griffin just throws it over the middle, across his body, a big completion down the middle, so 1st and 10, another completion to Sammy Coates again, who picks up a 1st down. At least it's not a touchdown this time. 2nd and 8 now. Griffin just dishing the ball out as he pleases, nothing stopping him whatsoever. And our goal line defense, which is usually so strong, on 1st and goal just lets Le'Veon Bell walk into the end zone. So 1st and 10, we need to start doing something with the ball, and Sugars makes a nice catch there. At least we're starting to move the ball a little bit. Sitting back to pass on 3rd and 6, finds Tajay Sharp, who picks up the 1st down. Now we're moving the ball late in the 1st quarter. Now it's the 2nd quarter, and we're not moving the ball so well anymore. Sitting no time whatsoever to pass it. And on 2nd and 2, the Steelers who have the ball back, but Griffin gets sacked. So we had to punt it away again. Kevin Pierre-Louis with another sack. He's been racking them up in recent weeks. 3rd and 11 now for the Steelers. Can we stop them? Ekpreolumo in coverage, tips the ball up. Stanley had 2 shots at it. Couldn't pick it off, but it was 3rd and 11, so they have to punt it away and punt into the wind. So a really, really easy return for Marquise Goodwin to the 35-yard line. And now Keith Marshall on a pitch, a perfectly blocked pitch, makes a man miss, cuts in, and just makes it shy of the goal line. 2-yard line, pitch to the other side for Keith Marshall, giving him a chance to get that touchdown, which he gets. So it took him 2 tries, but he gets into the end zone with a pitch. Now 3rd and 22 for the Steelers, launching it downfield under pressure. Overthrew Antonio Brown. Ekpreolumo was beaten on the play though. 1st and 10 for Sitton. Throws it up for Coleman and he catches it. That was an easy catch. Beat his man. All Sitton had to do was hit him in stride, and that's exactly what he did, and he can just walk into the end zone untouched. 2nd and 12 now for the Steelers. The blitz had a bit of a problem getting there, and he completes out to Le'Veon Bell, who's tackled short of the 1st down, and on that tackle, Kevin Pierre-Louis was injured. It was a shoulder tear. No idea how long it's going to be for, but it's definitely for the rest of the game. Now Sitton, 2nd and 8, rolls out. Nice completion there to Malcolm Mitchell for the 1st down. 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line. Another completion to Malcolm Mitchell. Makes a man miss on the outside. Can he get into the end zone? Dives in just to be sure, and he gets in. Beats everybody. Got around the outside of the one defender and gets into the end zone. And another hit on Griffin, but he manages to get rid of the ball. No sack. 2nd and 10 though, they had to turn it over to us, and what a catch by Brandon Coleman. He had one in the last game, he has another one there. It was defensive holding and he still made it. And there Sitton had no time to get rid of the ball and gets laid on the floor. Keith Marshall run outside, another nice play. This game he's been running much better. Finally we're starting to get that run game moving here. 3rd and 12 now. Throws it up to Mitchell, who makes the catch for the first down. 2nd and 11, and again no time, and a fumble. Forced fumble, they get the ball, they recover it. Keith Marshall manages to catch Cameron Hayward and forces another fumble. And Houston, our right tackle, falls on top of it, so we recover it. Lost a whole bunch of yards, but at least we didn't lose the ball. And we can start that drive all over again from the beginning. 2nd and 13 now for Sitton. And a completion out to Mitchell and a fumble there. But he was down. He was down when that came out, so we keep the ball. 2nd and 10. Sitting over the top to Marquise Goodwin. When he has the ball in his hands, nobody's touching him, and he can just storm into the end zone. Cruise control so fast. You can see him when he makes this break, he is gone. Absolutely gone. No chance anybody's going to catch him. Marquise Goodwin, very, very, very quick. So the Steelers have the ball back now. 2nd and 9 on the 22. Throws it across his body again over the middle, but this time it was a forced fumble by Darren Stanley. Ekpreolumu picks it up. What a play by Darren Stanley. Hits Antonio Brown, forces the fumble. Ekpreolumu picks it up off his shoe before it even hits the ground and returns it. So 2nd and 5 now. Keith Marshall, nice run, makes a man miss. Can he get into the end zone? Yes, he can. Keith Marshall playing at another level in this game. Sitting back with the ball, 3rd and 7. Rolls out right, is about to get hit, but manages to shake that defender off. Shakes another defender off, now throws the ball straight to a Steelers defender, and it's returned for a touchdown. Now that was a press of the wrong button under pressure, but even considering the button that was pressed, I didn't press the button to be thrown directly to Artie Burns, but still we can't really blame him. And now Keith Marshall on the right side, making some nice plays. Again, breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, and keeps going. I don't know what has gotten into Keith Marshall in this game, but he cannot be stopped. 2nd and 7 now. Sitting and the right, nice, easy completion to Coleman across the field. Takes it inside the 20, now at the 6-yard line, 3rd and 3, and it's another interception. That was just a bad decision there. Trying to throw it quickly to Mobo. Nobody's really catching him at this point, but Cowan and Sitton come into the view now. Managed to catch him. William Gay, big return there. One interception for him, and what an interception that was. Huge return. Griffin now throws it across the middle, completes to the 9-yard line. 3rd and goal now, and it's a completion for the touchdown. So the Steelers were down 35-14 at one point. They're now behind 35-28, so it's only one score in it. DJ Foster, nice play on the screen, lets his blocks be set up, tries to avoid that man, but just ends up getting himself tackled. Now on 2nd and 8, Cowan running the ball. We've had some problems with fumbles, but we trust him here to try and run the clock out. We've left him with 1 minute 40 seconds, but they complete a short pass to Bell, and he picks up some yards, gets inside the 40. 2nd and 10 now, a touchdown will tie this game up, and we're trying to avoid overtime, and Griffin is sacked there. Pressure comes through the middle finally. 4th and 8, probably the final play of the game. Tipped by DeJuan Smith, picked off by D. Milliner. What a way to end this game with a tipped pass and an interception. That game was a lot closer than I expected. 35-28, the final score. Gonna real quickly go through the stats here. So Lance Sitton, I mean, one of those interceptions was unfortunate. Again, it was kind of a mispress of a button, but even considering the button that was pressed, it was a horrible throw, but we'll let him off. He threw 3 touchdowns for 383 yards. The rushing game came back today too as well. 13 attempts, but 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. Receiving was really spread out today. Malcolm Mitchell, 99 yards. Tajay Sharp, Brandon Coleman, 99 as well. 2 guys over 55, 2 at 99, 1 over 40. Marquise Goodwin with that one play. You know when he gets the ball, he's gone. Tackles, Derek Milner doing a lot today. Sacks, only 2 sacks. Kevin Pierre-Louis, who got injured, and 1.5 sacks shared between Onyemata and Flowers. And the 1 interception by D. Milner to close out the game. But it was DeJuan Smith who broke up the pass, stopped the touchdown, and D. Milner just capitalized on the tip ball. So I can't get back into the franchise mode right now because it's a cloud one and the servers are messing about, so I'm gonna have to end the episode here. All I would have done is scout some more players, which obviously I don't put in the video anyway, and obviously we would have seen if Kevin Pierre-Louis's injury is how long term it is, whether it's a couple of weeks, whether it's a few more. We're gonna have to wait until the next episode to find that out. But I was going to say another good victory there. That was very, very close. Started off badly, went 2 scores down, brought it back, 2 scores up, I think, and then let it slip again. But we managed to close it out in the end, and I mean really close it out, with pretty much a game-winning tipped pass from DeJuan Smith that was picked off by D. Milliner. That really stopped him in their tracks there. I think they could have tied with us if they would have got that, but we managed to stop it. That's it for this episode. Sorry about not being able to get back into the thing right now, and let's hope Kevin Pierre-Louis's injury isn't too bad.